Hello, everyone. Today we're going to talk about walking in nature. The learning objective for this is to gain an awareness of our surroundings through the use of our senses. Just as a reminder, in the first few years of life, more than 1 million new neural connections are formed every second. So this is something to take into account when you go for a walk with your child. And another little quote I want to share with you is this one. Listen to this. There is nothing in the intellect that was not first in the senses. That was written by Aristotle. And also as a reminder, the benefit of exploring nature provides many lifelong benefits across physical health, mental health, and academic health, academic competency. The first aspect that we are going to look at is hearing. When you're in nature with your child, you can simply ask the child, please close your eyes and we're going to play a game. And so you close your eyes and you ask the child, now listen to your surrounding, listen to everything. And we're going to wait for 2 seconds or 3 seconds, and you're going to tell me all the sounds you can recognize. So let's just do it together now. And then you can say, okay, I heard a bird, I heard the water running, I heard a plane, I heard children or adults talking. And this really allowed the child to discriminate sounds in his surrounding and to classify sound as well. And if he doesn't have the language, just simply name. So if the child doesn't know how to say water, tell him, I heard water, or I heard people talking. And so in this way, the child also learn language. So the second game I wanted to share with you is to do with touch. So for example, something very simple, you can collect things and order them. One of the things that children absolutely love collecting is either very small stones or sticks. They love sticks, don't know why, but they absolutely adore collecting sticks. And sometimes when they find a special stick, they want to keep it and hold on to it. So I think you go out and you get a little basket or a bag and collect all those little sticks or stones. And when you get home or on the walk, you can even talk about sequencing. So which one is the biggest one? Which one is the smallest one? Which one is the longest one? Which one is the shortest one? Which, and you can name colors, you can name different things. So here you also have a mathematical learning going on. So it's a very interesting interesting exercise to do. The other one is smell and touch. So you can go around and say, okay, now we're going to play a game. We're going to touch the texture of some leaves and then smell them and see if you enjoy some of the smells, for example. So you could go, obviously, sometimes you might not come across many leaves that you can taste. So you have to also be aware not to taste things and to let the child know that he cannot eat anything. But if he gains awareness with you in your presence, then he will become more familiar with his surroundings. So all you need to do is to touch and ask the child to touch it and smell it first and ask if he likes the smell or if he doesn't. Ideally, you would have some herbs like rosemary or basil or parsley, all these things you could really enjoy. But even if you don't have that, the smell of wood has a woody smell. And all the big restaurants afterwards, they can try to represent that's the woody smell. So the smell of wood is a very distinctive smell, and that also something that the child is learning and absorb within his life. He can have the language that later to discriminate and say or classify and say this is a wooden smell, for example. I'm focusing on wood here because if you are in the forest, that's where you have wood everywhere. And the next exercise is sight. Now, you can play a game. I love that game. It's like I spy with my little eyes something beginning with t, t, to go back to trees, and the child would look around, and then he will say, "Oh, I know, tree." And you can make it a bit more difficult, like I spy with my little eyes something beginning with k, and that could be a cat kind of hiding somewhere. I mean, that's just an example, and this is a lot of fun to do that. But also, if the child doesn't have that much language, all you need to do is to point in his surrounding and say, "Oh, this is a leaf. These are droplets," and in this way, again, he will acquire language, but he's using all his senses, you see. So there's a smell, there's a feel, and also on his body everywhere. He will begin to have a complete sense. And to go back to the neural connection, this is what's happening. So in conclusion, the sensing organs associated with each sense send information to the brain to help us understand and perceive the world around us. So nature walks are super, super, super important for your child and you bond as well. It's about developing empathy. So there's many different levels of learning when you go for a walk, a nature walk. And that was it. If you like this video, you can like it and subscribe. Thank you.